Okay, so welcome to comp229. My name is Ederson Oliveira, and my handwriting is horrible, as you can see. But the good thing is that I don't write in the boards. That's the only time with a quick summary of what you're going to be covering in the class. Just a quick summary every class, but that's the only thing that I write on the boards. Thank God. So this is actually a slow day. The first day is a slow day. It's more of a day for us to get to know each other, for you to get to know the people that you're going to be working with during the semester. So the first half is really a lot of talking. Some I'll be doing, some you will be doing. Some of you have worked with me before, so for some of you this will be a repetition, but for the majority of you this will be new stuff, first time that you're going to be doing this. Again, first half we're going to start with an introduction, then we're going to not so much cover new stuff, but it's more of a general web development overview, the different aspects that you're going to need to be familiar with. By the way, are the lights okay like that? Personally, I like to darken one side, but is that okay for the majority of you? Tell me. I'm okay either way. Let me show you another option here. Actually, yeah, the other option will be this one. What do you prefer? This or this? So, not this or this. First or second? First, awesome. Awesome. I also like this. Okay. So yeah, so the second half, we're going to cover some general things about web development, a little bit of HTML, a little bit of CSS, a tiny bit of JavaScript, but just brush through. Again, don't get me wrong, the first class is low, but things will speed up from next class on. Believe me, this is a heavy course. This is not easy. Okay? And I'll tell you in a second why. But again, before we get to that, let's go through some introductions here. So first of all, my name. Again, some of you know those things already, so again, don't spoil, please. No, my name is not Anderson. My name is Ederson, okay? No N there. I'm a stickler about that. Who's that guy? Anderson what? Anderson Cooper. Yeah, that's Anderson, okay? That's Anderson. How about that guy? Anyone? Come on, Matrix, come on. I mean, again, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Welcome. How are you? Yes, Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves has nothing to do with my name, okay? So that's Mr. Anderson, okay? But again, I'm Ederson, no N there. Actually, I've taken points away from students that put an N in my name. Oh, you know, it was the autocorrection. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Why am I stickler about that? Why? What is that? That's your identity. True, but again, let's forget for a second about that. We are talking about coding, okay? So coding, you can get your code wrong with a minor detail. A capital letter, a lowercase letter can make or break your codes. So if you don't pay attention to the small details when you are coding, you're going to be in trouble. Again, coding is all about the details. All about the details, and that's one of those. Okay? For more information, you can visit mynameisnotanderson.com. It's real. It works. You can type in. It works. It does work. Give it a try. Okay, enough of that. So just a bit of my background here. I have been in the industry for 20 years, 20-something already. I had my BA in 98. I started my own business here in Canada in 2007. So I still have my business. I still run my business. Teaching is not my full-time work. What is that? Say it again? What I'll mention that in a second. So again, I still run my business. I might be doing teaching full time. I may not. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the future holds. But I love teaching. I really, really enjoy teaching. I've been teaching since 2010, mostly online. And then for about a year ago, I started working at Centennial. So I also enjoyed quite a lot having the face-to-face interaction with students, not only on the online part, but again, the face-to-face. So I really, really like being here. And I have to like, because you know what? We're going to be sticking together here for 4 straight hours. No breaks. Can you believe that? No, I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. Okay, so business. So this is my business website. And this is another website that I have, which is more about teaching, but it's teaching a very niche technology that I've been working forever. So just going to mention that. Again, you can check them out. Where is this strange accent coming from? It's from Brazil, so I'm Brazilian. I came to Canada in 2002. And this is the gang. So my family, we live close by. We live just about 35 minutes from here. We live in Ajax. That is a big trouble. Actually, right now, she has my haircut. She looks like this. Yeah, so again, henceforth. Some of the hobbies I have not been playing, but this is what I like doing. You're going to hear me mentioning a lot about that. I love podcasting. I love video. I love media. I love talking. I love talking so much that sometimes I talk too much. So again, you can say, hey, stop talking, please. So again, actually, I just launched yesterday this website, solocoder.com. It's a podcast where I'll be interviewing. Actually, you might be interested just to check it out, because I am interviewing coders, professionals, talking about their careers, talking about how they got to where they are. Mobile developers. I just spoke with a very interesting guy. This guy built 1,100 mobile apps. 1,100. He made a business out of doing that. Anyway, I'll be talking to a lot of professionals, to a lot of different people, all from different career paths in the coding industry. They all have the coding as a big aspect, because I'm a coder. I know that some of you will become coders, some of you will not become coders, some of you don't care about coding, but you're in a coding class. So we have to care a little bit. Anyway, check it out. I'll be talking more about that as we go along, but a lot of what I'm doing right now, I'm doing a lot of on that podcast. Important point here. I promise you, I have more than one. Okay? I do have more than one. But you're going to only see me with those kind of t-shirts, okay? But it's more than one. It's not the same. I have 20 hours a week of Centennial. So again, it cannot be the same. Okay. Any questions about me, about what I went through a little bit? Because now it will be your time. Any questions for me at this point? Okay, so if you do have a question, if you don't want to voice it, that's fine. I always keep that address open in my browser. So it's Padlet, which is a tool. It's a tool that I use to interact with the class. So padlet.com/Ederson, not Anderson, /00x. X is number 5 for our section, okay? So you can visit that. If you want to ask me a question without identifying yourselves, just post it there. I'll keep that open behind the scenes here. Here and there, I'll be checking it out. I'm just going to have a quick peek there. So it looks like this. It has a plus button at the bottom. Actually, you can click anywhere in the page. If you click, it will show up a square where you can type in, and you can ask a question. And I'll be flipping back and forth here and there. I'll check if there are any questions here. Again, you can just raise your hand if you want to ask verbally, but if you are not comfortable with, or if you would rather do it anonymously, you can post it here, and I'll be checking it frequently. That brings me to the next step here. So go to that address, padlet.com/Ederson/005. First box where it says 1, about yourself form. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like you to click there. I have a few questions that I'm asking about yourself so I can get to know a little bit about yourself. This is a form that I will be the only one seeing that form, looking at that form. Don't need to care about the other ones yet. I know they are there, but no need for them yet. There will come a time that you're going to need them. Just focus on the first one here. Share with me whatever you feel like sharing. I have a bunch of questions there. Whatever you want to share, you can share there. Again, the intention is that, how can I make this class more comfortable for you? What is it that you think that it's relevant for me to know about yourself? I have a question that is specific about coding, because to be quite honest, I'm always curious to see, are you looking to become a coder? Or maybe you don't care about coding, you're just doing this because it's part of the program. So again, you're going to see this kind of question there as well. One question I want to clarify, sometimes people get confused about this question, is what are your preferred pronouns? I can give myself as an example. You can refer to me as he, him, his. Again, you can, if you want to, you can share how you'd like me to refer to you. But I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go through this, and we come back in 5. I love timers, so you're going to see timers quite frequently here. Yes? Can you say it again? To the website? Okay. So you can go to, first you go to padlet.com/Ederson/005, which is your section number. You can save this address. Save that already, because every class, I'll be referring to this address. Once you are there, you're going to see this page. And then you click on the first one here, About Yourself form. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go through that form, and we come back to carry on. I'll leave it open behind the scenes here, so you can look at that if you need. Here's the address. Okay, I'm going to deliver this time, but again, just the first class. Anyone for suite? Anyone here? Please, just nobody? All healthy conscious people here? Just me, not health conscious? Come on, no sweets, no Timbits.
All right, fine, I'll take one of
You know what? Nobody's taking, so
no,
you might as well,
sure.
Go for it. Dig in. Sorry, this one here.
Yeah.
So it's not going anywhere.
Yes, I created an account.
Okay, that's okay. It was not the time yet to do that, but that's fine. Have you done the form already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I didn't do the form.
No, the one that I was just talking about.
Yeah, but
Again, right now we are just focusing on this guy here, on the first one. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. If you, by any chance, if you didn't have a chance to finish everything, you can finish throughout the class today, that's fine. Now, next 5 minutes, pair up, go together with a neighbor, 1 or 2 neighbors there. You're going to introduce yourself to your neighbor, and then you will, in 5 minutes, you will introduce your neighbor to the rest of the class. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing a few work in groups. So again, we need to integrate. So 5 minutes, pair up, maybe in 2s, maybe in 3s, but we're going to introduce your friend to the rest of the class in 5. Carry on, I want to hear the buzzing. Just get together in 2s or 3s. You have 2 people there, maybe the 3 of you.
Really simple.
Okay, okay. So now, who wants to volunteer to get started?
Before I forget.
Okay, perfect. Good strategy. That's the best strategy. Stand up, please, the group. I like that everybody see. Come on, stand up, the group there, so everybody can see you guys.
So I'm introducing them then?
Yes?
All right. Quick disclaimer. I'm very easy to forget things. Even if you just told me it, I'll forget it instantly. So, warning. Shane, computer software engineering field, likes games. Frank, he was previously an architect, and he's a technician. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Welcome, Shane. Shane, maybe, well, you introduced both of them, so maybe.
Oh, sorry. Was I only supposed to introduce one?
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine, because now we have to give a chance to.
Steven, he likes video games too, but he's just looking for like a new one to get into. And this is Frank. He's an architect, but he's just switching it up now.
Awesome. Welcome, Frank.
Nice to meet you. He's Steven, and he liked architecture before, but he gave up. He realized he don't like architecture design later, but he gave up earlier. And he's Sean. He liked playing video games, but he didn't like coding for the video games. He just liked software engineer.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you very much. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Okay, next. Yep, go ahead, stand up. Hassan, how about you? We start there.
His name is Marcel.
Cells.
He's 25 years old. He's in the software engineering technology program. He likes to play video games. And he likes to chill with people. And he wants to be a game developer when he grows.
Grows.
When he grows up.
Okay, awesome. Welcome.
This is Hassan. He's 21 and his birthday is today, actually. So.
Woohoo! Congrats! I never had a birthday in class. You know, you should have some sweets at least. You know.
He doesn't know what he wants to be for a job, but after college, after he finishes here, he wants to go to university, and he likes to play video games and watch anime.
Everybody likes video games here. Huh? Okay, good. Please.
So, my classmate is John. He's from Korea. He's been here 1 year. He's a software engineering technician. He lives near to Finch stage. That's it.
Awesome. Welcome.
He's from Colombia and he has been living here for 8 years. So, and he's the last semester. Yeah.
Okay, welcome, Luis. Welcome, guys. Thank you. Anyone from this side? Anyone from there? The little group there? Come on. Okay, so 5 presenting, okay? So one presents, just one person, so we have a chance to go around. Come on, who starts there?
My name is Muskan.
Muskan.
And his name is Rohan, Jashanjot and Arshni. And his name is Sunil.
Yeah, focus on one person, and then we can go around. Yeah.
He's in game programming.
Okay.
And he's likes to travel and gaming.
Okay, awesome. Welcome. You carry on from your.
His name is Sunil. He loves photography and traveling, and he's doing software engineering technology, and he's in fast track course.
Okay, awesome. Welcome.
Her name is Arsh. She's in the third semester of her software engineering technology program, and she likes to sleep and to eat.
Very good. Two very good things. No?
His name is Jashan. He's in software engineering technology program, and he's in third semester. He likes to eat and do things differently in a different way rather than going on the right way. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. That's good.
Introducing her, her name is Muskan and she's doing software engineering technician and she's in her first semester. She likes to waste time.
Nothing like wasting some time, you know. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, all of you. Anybody else? Come on. A few more groups. Ideally, everybody should be introduced here, but come on. Yeah, so I'm going to stand far away so I can hear you well.
So she's Alessandra. She comes from Brazil.
Okay.
And she really enjoys programming and is very eager to learn new things in this class. She likes also watching movies. And something else I forgot about.
That's good. That's good. Welcome, Alessandra.
My friend is Carmelo. He's from Italy, and we was talking about this course specific because he don't remember me, but I remember him because he studied with me another class, but you don't have the opportunity to talk
Okay.
each other. So now it's okay, and he got me some tips about the course. Because he has experience more than me. Just
Awesome. Carmelo, welcome. Awesome. Come on. Anyone here? This aisle is untouched yet. Come on. So come on. Aisle number 3. Come on. Yeah, could be. Let's start here. three of you.
His name is Henry, and he's from Vietnam, and he was a mobile operating developer
Okay.
in his country.
Okay.
And our group is third semester in this program. Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you. Her name is Rose, and she is from Korea, one of the most beautiful countries that I have ever been.
Perfect.
And she in the show, these two beautiful guys in show, and she in software engineering technology for 3 years, and a co-op, so they good to have a better opportunity to get a job after that.
Awesome. Welcome.
She's name is Nair from the Korea as well, which is third semester of software engineering as well, and then she's really wanna be like a software engineer programmer, but because she's laptop like that.
Wow.
That's it.
Very geek. Welcome, three of you. You're volunteer there, next row. I saw someone trying to raise. Come on, come on.
So he's Johnny Shin. He's from Korea, and he's in the software engineering technology, and he likes watching movies.
Me too.
His name is James Chen. Same age like me, and he has two cats. One is 8 years old, and the other one is 6 years old.
Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. Come on, few more so we can move on. See some faces looking and saying, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I point? Awesome. Okay, so again, just one, and then present the next one and goes around.
Okay, this is Dasom. She's in health informatics. Yeah.
Perfect.
And she's in third semester, and she went to the hospital for a while last semester, and she had to ring the success advisor. No, she had to email the success advisor 30 times before she got a response.
Whoa. Not good.
And I will have a surgery soon, so I might miss this class once or twice.
Okay, we can always discuss that. There will be plenty of things that you can do to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll go. This is Isaac. He was here. He was born here, so he's almost 6 student, and he's in software engineering technology. And he said the programming is hard, but I agree with that.
Me too. Me too.
And he's actually owns a recording company. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, Isaac.
His name is Charlie, or Charles, whatever. And he also domestic student, but he's born in Australia, and he lives in 10 years in Japan, so he speaks Japanese very well.
Wow, okay, awesome.
So her name is Chongmin. She's from Korea. What was it? She's in her third semester. Same program, so I'm in software engineering technology, and software programming and building feature. I agree.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, good. So I think that we almost cover everybody. I don't know, I have some people here, but I'll let it go. So we'll get to know more on the forums and throughout the semester. Okay, thank you for that. I hope that's enlightening now that you got to know people that you didn't know before. Okay. So we did the introductions, and that's it about this slide. actually about this PowerPoint. Now, let's talk a little bit about what I call class commitments. Those are more ground rules of how we're going to operate during the semester. Some of those are negotiable. Some of those are non-negotiable. What does it mean, negotiable, non-negotiable? Anyone wants to enlighten me? What's a non-negotiable and negotiable? Sure.
You can make exception for some cases.
Yeah, so a negotiable one, we're going to agree on that as a group and move forward. A non-negotiable is something that I'm going to say, this is how it will be, and period. Okay? So I'm going to start with the non-negotiables. Okay? First one is respect. We have a lot of backgrounds here. Pretty much every corner of the globe is represented here somehow. So again, we have different perspectives, different backgrounds, different histories, and we should respect each other. We can disagree on opinions, on, we can have arguments, but not about the individual, but the ideas, the concepts, but again, always in a respectful way. Respect above all. Amongst each other, with me, from me, with you. Okay, so if there's anything that happens that you feel that you should address, come to me, maybe privately. But again, respect amongst each other above all. Let's get down with it here. I know that you don't care about grades, correct? I mean, you don't care about that. You just care about learning, is it? Not really, I know. So let's talk a little bit of business here. Grade business. Assignments. We're going to have 4 assignments. They are built on top of each other. So the 4th assignment, you're going to be using the 3rd, which you're going to be using the 2nd, which you're going to be using the 1st. It's a continuous project that you're going to be building one step at a time, assignment after assignment. Okay? It's a coding assignment. Most likely it will be delivered to you by next class, but you're going to talk about that. So each assignment is worth 10% of your final grades. Now, I want to spend a little bit of time just talking about this. Who can tell me the difference between collaboration and plagiarism?
I can ask an advisor or someone to help me to understand what I'm going to do, but it's different to try to find that.
Correct. I'm just going to reword that, which was well put. You can collaborate with each other. You can discuss ideas, okay, how did you do this? How did you do that? And why did you do it this way? And I didn't quite get that. So again, it's okay to discuss the assignments with your friends, with your colleagues. What is not okay is copying the codes and uploading the code as is, as it would be your own. It really breaks my heart to give a 0 to someone that needs the grade. But I will give that. I will give to the person who gave the assignments. I will give to the person who took the assignments. Make sure that you don't leave your computers here logged in. Because one of the most lame excuses that I heard was, oh, I went to class and I saw this computer that was logged in. And I just went there and I saw this project. And I just copied this project. And I didn't know who that was, what that belonged to. Okay, that is a lame excuse. So again, either if you're providing or if you're copying, I won't discuss that kind of thing, that kind of detail. And here's the thing. To be honest, I don't really care if you copy or not, because it's your life, it's your business, it's your education. But the college cares about that. So I have to stick with the rules from the college. I have to follow the rules of the college. Why am I stressing this so much? Because again, every single class, every single semester, we have this kind of thing happening. And last semester, 4 people, all the same assignments. I just asked them, and they came to me and said, why did you give us 0? And I said, you know what, because this is the same as this, which is the same. I'm doing this for 20 years, this coding. So I know very easily when something is the same as something else. There are lots of clues. I'm not going to give you the clues, but there are lots of clues. Anyway, enough of that. Is that clear? I mean, does that make sense? Again, I don't want to have the displeasure of giving zeros because of that. I really don't. Okay? If you have any questions, yes, sure.
Do we need to submit the code via the GitHub or something else?
Okay.
In the last time I have experienced that somebody to set another one from GitHub because that's the GitHub need to set the copy for the teacher to get the code. So they could to know about the GitHub other friend and to get the code from there.
Okay, so we're not going to be using GitHub. We are uploading the code to eCentennial. So we're going to zip the file, the code, upload it to eCentennial, and that's it. There's nobody will be able to copy from each other, okay? There was a point that I remembered, but now I missed. It will come back. If, by any chance, you feel the temptation, the urge to copy somebody's codes, come to me first. Because then, if you feel the urge to copy somebody's code, there is something wrong going on. Maybe you are not getting the content, you are not understanding things, you are not following. Come to me, bring the problem to me, and you're going to discuss. You have difficulties, that's fine, let's discuss. Coding comes more naturally to some other people will have more difficulty, that's okay. That's part of being in a diverse class, you know? But come to me with the problem. Don't deal with the problem by copying, because it won't be worth. It will not be worth, okay? And again, the earlier you come to me with a problem like that, the earlier you can address that. The worst thing that you can do is, it's 2 weeks before the end of the semester and say, can you help me? Well, 2 weeks before the end of the semester is kind of late, you know? Ideally, we should identify that we are stuck on something by the 4th week, okay? And again, if you have any more questions, let me know. As I said, I'll keep looking at our Padlets. If you have a question and you don't want to voice, again, you can voice here. Just click here. I'll just demonstrate quickly. So you click, it creates a new box. You just type in your question there, anonymously. I'll keep checking this. Okay. Okay. Tests, we're going to have 2. What is the difference between memorizing and understanding? What is it?
Memorizing is more you just breathe in, just take in all the information, throw it back down as you saw it. Understanding, you can define it, describe it in your own words, in your own method, in your own, I guess, craziness world that you like to do it in.
That's awesome. It is. I can tell to my 7-year-old what MVC is, and she can cite that back to me. But does she really understand what MVC is? Not really. So, again, there is a big difference between memorizing and understanding. Why am I bringing that in the context of tests? Because I don't believe in closed book for tests. So my tests are open book, open web, open Visual Studio, open Google, open whatever you want to open there, except open friend. It's not open to your friends around you, okay? But again, you can have your notes, you can have the book, you can have whatever you want during those tests. And the first one is a hands-on test, coding test. You have to upload, you have an hour and 40 minutes, more or less. Do a project, upload it to eCentennial, that's it. That's the first test. The second test is a multiple choice. It's about 40 to 50 questions. And yeah, it's multiple choice, but it's kind of hard, I think. You know? But yeah, that's it. Now, talking about hard, see, last semester that I gave this 229, the same 229, no student that came to class that delivered the assignments, that did the tests, that did everything in the class, nobody failed. Nobody. The ones that failed were the ones that didn't come to class, that didn't deliver the assignments, that didn't take the tests. Those were the ones that failed. Nobody else. I can tell you. So again, if you stick around, you're going to do well. It's a tough course, but we're going to get through it. Okay? Any question about the test? Each one is 20%. One is in the middle of the semester. The other one is towards the end. Okay? You're going to hear about dates as we go along.
Well, since you said the tests are open book, does that mean the multiple choice is also open book?
It is. But let me tell you, they are not easy. Because here's the thing. One thing is to have multiple choice that are theoretical questions. Another thing is to have calculation multiple choices and coding multiple choices that you don't see the answer. I mean, it's still coding, but you just have multiple choices there. So again, don't I'd say, get too excited. It's a tough test. I was not the one that put that test together initially, but it's a good one. Go ahead.
The last test is going to be in class.
The last?
The last test.
Both tests are in class. The second test, even though it's a project, but you're going to have to deliver it in class. Okay, it's a coding project, but it's in class as well. Okay? Any other questions? I'm just looking at the time. Go ahead.
Could I have another 10
Any amount you want, please go ahead. Okay, moving on here. One team projects, 20%. I will be picking the teams for you. It might be randomly. It might be I'm going to pick this person, this person, this person. Because out there in the industry, you will not be picking your team. Your teams will be picked for you. So I want you to get ready for that. Because this thing here needs to be a reflection of what you're going to see out there. Not only from a technical standpoint, but from an interpersonal standpoint. So again, the teams, I'll be picking them for you, or they will be random. 20% is the project. Project will be defined towards the second half of the course. There are 3 parts for the project. One is you're going to submit a proposal. It's a half page to a page proposal of what you're going to be implementing. Second part is the actual code, the implementation. You're going to upload that to Centennial. And the third part of the project assignment is a presentation, 10 to 15 minutes, the entire group here in the front, presenting what has been done, explaining what has been done. Usually that's done in the very last day of the class. Okay? Questions? Okay. Again, I'll be checking, as I said. It's okay, we have one there. Can you make the multiple choice test easier? Yes, I can. I can. I mean, it's actually ready already. So, but we're going to see. I mean, let me show you the next slides. And finally, I'm going to talk about something a little bit more positive. At least I think so. Again, as I said, not everything is harsh. You're going to have plenty of chances to get bonuses. This is on top of your regular grades. This is on top of assignments, tests, projects. You're going to have a chance to get up to 10% bonus just by submitting some bonus questions. Muskan, you had some experience with that in last semester. Hassan, you had experience with that last semester. So again, it does help, okay? So you have a chance to do up to 10% of a final grade in bonus. What are those bonus? Usually it's about the content that is being covered during the class. I may say at the beginning of the class, everyone take note of what you're going to be talking about here today. By the end of the class, give me your 3 takeaways for the class today. Write that down in a Word document, upload that to the bonus folder on Centennial, and you're going to get to your 1%. Now, this is only available for the students that come to class, and they have a very tight deadline. If this course is finishing at 10:30 8:30 p.m., you're going to have up to 10:30 p.m. to deliver that. Then you come tomorrow to me and say, can I deliver today? No, you cannot deliver today. You have to deliver yesterday. Bonus is a benefit for the students that come to class, that participate, that stick to the end of the class. I know it's a tough class, 6:30 to 10:30, but we're going to have breaks. We're going to live through it, okay? So again, you have a chance, and 10%, let me tell you, it will make a lot of difference to, it might be a make it or break type of help that you need to, I don't know, to not fail or to go from a B to an A, So again, it can help a lot. Any questions about this? Sure.
I guess this is kind of a silly question then. What kind of leeway would there be there then, like, if you say, for example, questions about the topic that was at hand, how good of a question would it have to be?
You see, here's what I'm looking for, really. One is that this is about you learning something, showing me that you're learning something out of this. And again, there are many ways to check that. But with those bonus, there is not really a right or wrong, unless I'm talking about MVC and you write about butterflies. So okay, there's something very disconnected here. But otherwise, if we are in line, and again, you may have, mentioned something that is slightly wrong, I may go to you and say, maybe this is not so much of how you put it, but I'm going to give you 1%. 1% is more, it's more about participation. It's more about, okay, was there any thinking when he or she put this together? Yes, okay, great, you have yours. But again, it's a benefit for the ones that stick around. There will be some bonus that will be applied to homework. So again, it's just one more stimulus for you to take good notes throughout the class as well. And hopefully it will aid to your learning as well. Does that make sense? Or I went all over the place?
Yeah.
It does?
I was just worried that if I went on too much of a tangent somewhere, or I didn't remember things absolutely perfect, or didn't make a note of one thing I wanted to talk about, if it was sort of like, no, that's terrible, it's wrong.
No. Again, this is about participation. This is about, okay, is the person getting, or is there any difficulties there? It's almost more about participation, really, than anything else, But I think it will help quite a lot, not only for your grades, but for your understanding too. Because part of being in class is taking notes, so this should help you to take good notes, at the very least, okay? There will be one bonus net of this class today, but we're not going to start yet the technical side of it. Let me see what we have next here. Okay, let's go for a 5 minutes break, and we come back in 5 to discuss a little bit about the outline, okay? 5 minutes. I love a timer. I love a timer. Love the bell at the end of the timer. Yes, sure.
How many were members for a project?
How many members? Between 3 and 4. Yeah.
So does that mean it's possible we might draw the flag stick and we get a 3 group? We get a 4 group and it's...
Well, I'm just thinking maybe there's a feature on eCentennial that you create groups and you randomize. So you make them random, and eCentennial, whatever algorithm it's using behind the scenes, it picks the groups for us. So I might use that. What I want to see is a bit of balance. I mean, last semester, I divided the class in groups, and they self-divided them. So there was a group that everybody was very strong. There was a group that everybody was a bit weak in the content. So I would like to see a bit more a mixture, instead of having a group that, no problem, that 4 members are very strong, I mean, how about we get those 4 memory strongs that they spread them across different groups, and so hopefully that will help the other team members that are not so strong as they are. You know, so that's the idea. That's more of the idea. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just try and go towards the bottom.
Most likely, I don't know if I really have the, because I have 150 students to divide. So, because I have 5 sections of 229, so each section has 30 students. So, so I may not be able to handpick each one, but let's see. You know what? People are shy. It seems so. Don't come next week to me and say, I went to the hospital after all those tidbits.
I already had my hospital thing for this week.
Oh, really? Oh,
It affected
sorry about
the
that.
winter semester.
Really?
I ended up missing a couple classes.
But how was winter? Was okay? Were you able to go through the rest of it?
All the professors were very understanding whenever it happened. I tried to keep them up to date as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was a little overzealous with it because I would include a photo of, like, if I was on an IV or
I see.
or the form or the wristband that says like here.
Really?
But it was just a rough final part of winter before I had my surgery, and then it's been mostly okay. So I'm still adjusting a bit, but it's mostly okay.
Got it. Okay, I hope you are better now.
Compared to how it looked, much better. It's an experience I hope no one will. Most people will end up having one. I just tell all my friends and family, I really hope for them.
Wow, we have that's okay. Run away! I caught, somebody else caught you here. Go for it.
If you don't take the box, I'm gonna show
You can go for it. Yes, of course you can.
One less thing to put in the box and one less thing to He hasn't mentioned what it would be. Although I do see this though.
Yes.
Bonus 1 is to taking those for this class.
That's a big part of it, yes.
Big part.
Yes. For the bonus, yes.
The bonus 1.
Each, we have 10 bonus.
Okay.
Each bonus will be about take notes and about some homework assignments. It's individual.
Several parts.
Yeah, each bonus is one different note assignment or homework assignment. Those are, you have 10 pieces there. You have 10 different bonus pieces. Each one is worth 1%.
Okay, yeah.
Let me open. Let's go ahead. We're gonna get to that. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Have a question?
I have a question.
Yes, sure.
I saw on your website.
Yep.
I saw the payment system on your website.
Yep.
So, can you teach them how to make that payment? Like, because I'm making a website.
I can send you some codes to help you on that.
And like just some of the words. Like,
I'll send you. Send me a reminder so I don't forget that. Send me a reminder by email. No problem. No problem. Okay. So let's get going. Have a lot to cover. Let's go through a few of the questions here. Random team members sound amazing. Okay, great. How many team bits in the team bytes? 20. Well, It used to be 20. Okay, yes, first break is over. Okay, great. So that's the idea of this board here, no? Okay, so we're gonna just talk a little bit about the outline. Not too much, not gonna go through every single line of the outline, but we're gonna just talk a little bit about that. You can find the course outline under Centennial, the course shell, go to content, and then scroll to general. And under general, you're gonna see comp229 f19. I'm just gonna open that up and have a look at a few things. Okay, first thing that I want to mention is the fact that this course has prerequisites. So I'm assuming that everybody is okay with that. I'm just going to mention quickly here, comp123. Some of you have done with comp123 with me. So you need to have some understanding about, actually, a good understanding about C#, a good understanding about object-oriented programming. Okay, that has been covered in this course. If you are, I don't know, on fast track, I don't know if you do that or not. Bottom line, if you're here, that's assumed that you have C# covered there. There will be one class that you're going to be talking about some more advanced aspects of C#. It will be a bit of a recap. But again, C# is a must for this course. Next one here, some front-end developments. You may know a little bit of JavaScript. This course, you're not going to need JavaScript that much. The only thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to add jQuery to the application. Who knows what jQuery is? What is it? Kind of? It's a language. Is it a language? I mean, it's a library? Like a short form?
It's a JavaScript framework.
I was looking for the framework. It's a JavaScript framework. It's JavaScript, but in a special format. jQuery, Angular is another framework. And these days there are dozens of different JavaScript frameworks. Anyway, you're not going to be using too much JavaScript here. You're just going to be adding jQuery just to make a few things fancier in your application. I think the comp122 is about database. So you need some basic knowledge of database because you're going to be storing information in your database. You're going to be retrieving information from the database. Okay? So, and actually on 125 as well, you need some understanding of HTML. If HTML is not clear to you, I'll give you a resource that you can take a crash course in HTML. If you know nothing or if you need a refresher, I'm going to be mentioning about HTML today. I don't have the intention to go through an entire HTML course in a few minutes, but I'm just going to brush through a few things about HTML. Same thing as CSS. You're not going to be required to know a lot about CSS, but some basic understanding of CSS. What is CSS? Cascading style sheet. So it's what makes the pages look nicer, takes care of fonts, colors, things like that. Anyway, those are the prerequisites. If we keep scrolling down, I want to quickly jump to the book. The book. This guy here. This thick guy here. We should be able to cover 80% of this book. We're going to be covering about 80% of this book here. Anderson, do I have to buy this book? Do I have to have this book? Well, it's a big plus if you have. It will make your life a lot easier. Either the physical format or the digital format, but it will be very helpful because you're going to be following this book quite a lot, very, very closely. And there will be one chapter that I might be able to share with you, but we cannot share the entire book, on Centennial. So again, this book is the one recommended here, not recommended, no, required for the course, okay? That's the one. Okay. Let's scroll down a little bit. And then you have the evaluation scheme. As I said, 4 assignments, 1 test, practical test, 1 team project. and the second test, multiple choice, short answer. Okay? Okay, so then we have the outline week by week. I try to follow this very closely. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about an overview of HTTP protocol. We're going to be also talking about some basic elements of web development. We're not going to be talking about MVC yet. MVC I'm going to start right here with our first application. And you're going to have some homework to do for next week. But more about that later today. So, how is this course organized? First half of this course, we're going to be doing 2 exercises. A short one, I would say exercise, I would say projects. There is a shorter project, which is the first one, and there is a longer project, which is the second one. The first one is called, I always forget the name, Part Invites. So the first project is called Part Invites. It's a form that you fill it out. It sends information to the server. It saves information to the server. That's basically it. You're going to start that as your homework for next class. But again, more about that later. This Part Invite takes about 2 classes to get it done. Then the rest of the half of the semester, it's about a project called Sports Store. It's like an e-commerce application that you're going to be developing chapter by chapter, piece by piece, as we go through the first half of the semester. We're going to be going through concepts together with this project, and this project will be, again, used for several weeks. Actually, half of the book is about this particular project. That's half of our semester. The second half, we're going to be revisiting a lot of the concepts that we have gone through in the first half, but going a little bit more in depth, a little deeper into those concepts, okay? As I said, it's a heavy course. MVC, what does MVC stand for? Model View Controller. Yes. So the first time that I came across MVC a few years ago, I was shocked because I could not get it. I could not get that in my head. It's not that easy. If you come from a more traditional web development approach, MVC is a very different approach, radically different. We don't have pages with MVC. We have actions, we have controllers. But again, there's so many concepts that I'm going to be hammering here so frequently that you're going to get tired of hearing that. I like repetition. I repeat myself. So I hope that will help you to reinforce the concepts here. Okay? So again, the second half of the semester, more in depth. And yeah, so I'm not going to cover item by item here. Again, this is a course about MVC applied to .NET Core with C#. Okay? So you are working with the top of the edge of technology here. You're going to have the same model in different languages. MVC is a very popular approach to development, not only used on C#, on Visual Studio, but used by other languages as well. So what you're going to be learning here is transferable. It's transferable to other environments as well, to other technologies, to other platforms too. Okay? Great. Any questions? Anything? Let's have a peek there. Can you leave us early today? Well, you can always leave early. You can always leave. If I'm going to leave early, that's a different story. Okay? We're going to talk about those kind of stuff in a second. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else here. So as you can see, project demonstrations is at the very end of the semester. It's a good time. It's a fun time. Okay. I'm going to move forward here. Attendance. I do take attendance, but will that impact my grades? if I don't come to class for some reason? No, it won't. The only reason why I take attendance is because if you come at the end of the semester or at any point during the course to me and say I'm having a problem, I'm going to check if you are coming to class. If you're not coming to class, I'm going to say, okay, you are having a problem. I mean, if your problem is not about attending the class, it's about the content, you have to show up. So I want to keep track of that. Are you showing up? Yes or no? I have someone last semester. I came last class, very last day. And he comes to me, and I don't know who he is. I've never seen him because he never showed up. So, and you will know in a second why he did not show up. But again, just the point is that attendance, I do keep track, but just because it assists me to monitor how you're doing. If we are in the 4th week and you are not coming to class, I'll send you an email. I'll send you your name to the student advisor, so the student advisor can follow up with you as well. Okay? If you have a problem and you cannot come to class, approach me and we can sort it out. We can figure out how we can address that, okay? But again, approach me up front. Don't do that afterwards. I'm here as a partner. It's not me against you, it's me with you, okay? Winter's coming. Okay, so here's what I want to say. I will always try to be here on time, and actually, you guys are in a very good position because I have a class earlier today. So most likely this will be a class that I won't miss at all. But if by any chance I'm not around and you did not hear from me via email, I'm coming. Even if I'm dragging the car on the highway, I'm coming. If I don't come, I will send an email. So if you come to class, it's time, you don't see me, check your email. If you don't see anything on your email, I'm still coming, okay? Just keep that in mind. If you don't hear from me, and I'm not here, I'm there. I'm in a coma or something close to that, because I will always be able to reach out and send a blast email to everybody saying, I cannot go today. So again, if you don't hear from me, I am coming. I am coming. Okay, let's talk a little bit about tools, things that we're going to be using throughout this course. eCentennial is our home base. Outlines, grades, communications, emailing, I'll be using that there. Every week, I send a recap about the week of what we have covered. I'm going to talk in a second about video. I record our classes. We're going to talk about that in a second. It's posted there in eCentennial. Assignments will be all there. Again, eCentennial is our home base. However, I do use other tools like I just mentioned about Padlet. You have the address there, padlet.com/addresson/005. I use that as a way to interact with the class during class time. That's one of the tools. Next tool I use, Nearpod. You're going to use Nearpod quite a few times today in our second half. Nearpod, I use that to do quick quizzes. Not graded quiz, but more a quiz of 4 questions, 5 questions, just to see if you are getting the content that we are going through at that point. So again, I use Nearpod quite a lot. You don't need to register, you just need to open the browser, put a URL, and there you go. Again, we're going to be using that at some point today as well. YouTube, I'll be talking about recording later. Actually, let's talk about that already. So all the classes, I record them. I record the screen. I record my voice here, okay? So because I'm far away from the computer cannot pick up my voice well. So I record this, and then I post that online on eCentennial. I host on YouTube, but I put the link on eCentennial 1 or 2 days after the class. So you can maybe recap something that you missed. Maybe you could not come that day. Life happens. And sometimes you cannot come. That's fine. There is a way for you to recap via the recordings. Again, the recordings will record the screen, my voice, and hopefully that will help you as well to recap something that you missed in class or you want to hear again, you know. I hope that becomes useful. But, actually, that will come later. Sorry. More about video in a second. Slack. Who knows what Slack is? Slack. Nobody? No Slackers? Yep, you know Slack?
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, it's a messaging tool that is mainly used by corporation, by business, by companies that need to make their teams collaborate. So it's a group collaboration tool that enable teams to share information and work smartly to the content.
Yep.
Normal content.
That's about it. So, to be honest, we are a team here. So I really want to use Slack because it's one more tool that people out there in the industry are using quite a lot, and I want you to be familiar with as well. So that is our second link there in our Padlets. Can you please go to that Padlet and click this box here, this link here, invitation to Slack. I want to invite everybody to a Slack workspace actually. You can use your college email or your personal email, whichever one you would rather communicate with. Again, go to this link. I'll give you 2 minutes there to set up an account, either with your Centennial email or with another email. And we will be using that to collaborate via Slack as well. 2 minutes here should be enough for you to sign up. And here's my timer again. Centennial is great, but again, there are certain aspects that other tools out there, they cover better, and Slack is one of those. And one of our goals is to give you industry experience as well. So again, let's use what the industry is using. Let's get you familiarized with that. It's ready. Okay, so again, if you didn't have enough time to register, that's fine. You can do it throughout the day, the rest of the day today. Let's have a look at some of the questions here. Thank you for recording the lesson. Okay, have you ever questioned your experience? Of course, every single day. Okay, again, I don't know who asked that, but every single day. Great, it's okay. Slack. Okay, commitments. Now, let's talk a little bit about the negotiable ones. I spoke about quite a few non-negotiable, but let's talk about the negotiable ones. Here's the thing. We have 4 hours straight here, every Friday night. There's one break that we must have, a 10 minutes break between the first 2 hours and the second 2 hours, okay, which will be roughly by 8:20. So 8:20 to 8:30, we have a 10 minutes break between the 2 hours block. However, should we have a 5 minutes after the first hour and a 5 minutes after the third hour? That's really what I'm asking here. For that, we're going to use for the first time our pooling. I love a pool as well. I love timers, pooling. So let's try this for the first time here on this class. I'm going to go with a live, let's see here. So, do what? Yeah, this is the one. So, can you please go to, I'm going to hide the student's name. Can you please go to nearpod.com, and then at the top, it will ask you to type a code. Use this code here, DYHMF. Again, nearpod.com code is this one. You're going to see a pooling mechanism there. Vote for the option that you feel it's more appropriate. You may want to bookmark nearpod.com. We're going to be using that quite frequently. Once you are done with the pooling, don't close your browser because there will be more poolings as we go along. But again, nearpod.com, and this is the code. About what? Oh, actually, in terms of name, you can put your name. You can put another name there. I'll make it anonymous. I'm not going to be showing names here. I just want to pull the aggregated option that majority voted for. So again, you can put whatever you want there. You don't need to identify yourselves, okay? Not for this one. Maybe for other ones, but not for those pooling here. They are, let's make them anonymous, okay? Okay, so let's see what we have here. The first one, let me get the link. I'll open up. Okay. Okay, so should we have a break? Yes, a 5 minutes break after each hour would be great. Again, except the 2 ones, 10 minutes. No, let's go. Let's keep going until we drop tired. So let's see. Let's see the results here. Of course, yes. A few no. Okay. If you voted no, you can stick around. You can go straight. Keep going. But majority said, let's have a break. So again, next break, 10 minutes at 8:20, and then the following one will be at 9:20, 9:25, 5 more minutes. Next one here, food. Are we okay to bring food? Well, I think so. Huh? I'm bringing already. Okay, so, but I'm really talking about, I mean, snacks or any type of food or no food at all. We have to be mindful about food that will be disturbing people around, like crackers and cracking. So let's have a look at how we vote for that. Just open the same page, keep the same poll open, and you're going to see another set there. If by any chance you close it, the code is the same, DIHMF. And you see another poll there. Should food be allowed in class? Yes. Any kind of foods? Yes. Snacks only? Or nope, nothing. Well, if nothing is the one, I'm already breaking that rule. But okay, let's see how the voting is doing here. Wow. Any kind of food is winning. Okay, let me close that. Otherwise, it will, bias the remaining answers there. Okay, so, yes? The code again? This is the code. DIHMF. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Any type of foods. I want to see that. I want to see how that will play out. But again, majority. Hey, majority. I would say as long as it's not bothering other people around. Let's be mindful about people. But yeah, any kind of food. Actually, there is a no food there, you know. But I'm okay without, as long as you promise not to spill on your keyboards there, whatever it is that you'll be bringing, okay? But any kind of foods. That's okay. Language. This is a good one. Good, good, good. Only English in class? Are we okay with having side, groups, conversations in other languages? Is that okay? Regardless of which way you're going to go here, whatever side conversations, well, when we are in class, paying attention to something that someone is presenting here, we should keep side conversations to a minimum. If you are doing work together with someone there, that's really when this applies, So, the question is it okay to speak other languages, your mother tongues, or English only? My personal opinion, it's just my personal opinion, but again, we have to agree as a group. There in the job market, in the industry, you're going to be speaking English. So you better be practicing that. You better use this opportunity as well to enhance your English comprehension as well. Yes, you get tempted because we have a group of friends from the same country and we are tempted to speak the language, but hey, you should consider practicing, English. Anyway, let's see how we vote here. The last one, I think it's last pool. So the question is, should English be the only language spoken in class? Yes, we all need to understand each other. No, I don't see a problem speaking in my mother tongue. It's a bit of a loaded question, but it's loaded on purpose. Okay, let's give it a minute there. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, we all need to understand it. I like that. I like that. We had other classes that were more, let's say, more towards the other answer. Okay, great. So English only, please. Let's respect the decision here. I don't want to approach any groups and say, hey, remember what we committed the first class? I don't want to do that. Okay, but I will. Great, moving on. I like this one. Assignments. I'm late. I want to create some flexibility here. First is, how flexible should it be? The deadline is Thursday. What should be an acceptable flexibility here? A day without penalties, 2 days. What is the penalty after that? Each day after that. Let's share our opinions here on the Padlet. On Padlet, so just flip to Padlet. And coffee break, please. Yeah, we're gonna do coffee break in a second. Tell me your opinions about flexibility. Again, not a break yet. 8:20 is our next break. Tell me about flexibility in terms of assignments. 1 day flexibility, then after that, what is the penalty? 90%, 5%, like someone from the other class, 1% a day. So we had to wait. Okay, my programming professor. Okay, let's stick to the topic for now. Exponential penalties. Maybe unpack that. My programming professor made 5% penalty per day for assignments. Okay, minus 10% a day. Okay, 2%, 0%. Okay, here we have a dreamer right here. %, I like it. I like 10%. Bonus for early submission. I wouldn't go that far. Enough of bonus. enough of bonus. We have enough. You guys have 10% bonus already. But minus 5 per day, okay? Well, I can only see minus here. 100% per day, okay. So again, it's all over the place, as you can see. So let's start to narrow this down a little bit. I'm inclined to go with 1 day flexibility and 10% per day after that. Give me a yes or no. Sounds good? One day flexibility. So again, if it's due day is today, you still have until tomorrow to give it. Then after that, 10% a day. Is that reasonable? Let's see there. I mean, anyone with a different opinion, if you don't want to voice, you can post. Heck yeah, yeah.
What about?
Yes. What about?
Exponential penalties. Like you start 0% the first day, 5% the second, 10% the third, and 20% the fourth.
I don't want to be his student. I don't want to be his student. You're going to take away from the other assignments. We can do something straightforward and simple as, again, I'm okay with that. 1 day leeway, 10% per day after that. I'm okay with that. Simple, easy. I don't need to track too much stuff. Is that okay? Can we go with that? Can you give me a yes? Or again, if someone has a very different opinion, maybe other than the dog, maybe tell me now, or let's agree and move forward. 1 day leeway, 10% per day after that, okay? Again, I'm going to stick to that. Don't come at the end of the semester like some other students last semester that came last day and say, can I submit all 4 assignments today? I said, no, you cannot. Okay? Great. I think that we are done with our commitments here. Anything else? Anything else that I might be missing here? Again, I'm just checking the time just to make sure that we are on track. If there is still anything there left, let me know. Let me know privately, let me know at another time. Recording, as I said, all classes are recorded, posted live within a day or 2. However, it is not a reason for that to happen. Okay? It's not, oh, the classes are recorded and I don't have to come to class. No, you have to, because otherwise you're going to lose the bonus. You're not going to, get your bonus. The recording is not about replacing being here, because at home, I cannot help you at home. You cannot ask me questions at home. The recordings are good for what? For recapping content. If you miss a class, yes, life can happen and you might miss. So again, you can recap, but it's not a replacement for not being in class. Okay? How to contact me? Email address, you have that on Centennial. I'll answer as soon as I see it, maximum within a day, I'll answer that. I don't have office hours here. However, we can always book an appointment to have a face-to-face, or we can do it online. We can do it Skype. We can Skype. I mean, it's harder to meet here because we have to agree, we have to be here at the same time. But we can always do a Skype call and talk if you need to, okay? My Skype is there. This information is also on eCentennial. So if you go to the homepage here on Centennial, if you scroll down, my information is right here, Skype and email. And that's about it. Let's read something very deep here. So, education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Good. Must be good, because Einstein said that. That's it. That's it about the blah, 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 the fluffy stuff. Let's get down to some business. Okay? Any questions before we proceed? Let me see if we just have funny stuff or if we have some serious stuff there. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to do this right now. I'm tempted to clear everything, but I cannot yet, because there is still one link that I need there. Okay, again, anything else? So, let's start some business, some coding business, some technical business here. Okay, so we're going to start here talking about HTTP, but before we do that, let's go through the last, not the last, I won't promise that this is the last, but I have a little survey that I prepared here, and it's called this background survey. Go to Padlet, this link here. Take a minute there. It won't take more than a minute. It has 5 questions. You're going to grade yourself from 1 to 5 on each one of those topics. OOP, I'm great or I stink. Great or I stink? No. From 1 to 5 on each one of those topics. Tell me, how do you rate yourself there? I just want to get an aggregated feeling of how the class is doing in terms of those requirements about this course, you know? So again, take a minute there. You don't have to identify yourselves. It's just an aggregated pool. And you just mark 1. 1, never heard of it. And 5, you know how to apply it. You know how to use it. If you scroll all the way down, it's at the very bottom, background survey. Okay, so let's have a look here. So, object-oriented programming, again, very important for the course. Good that majority is, you know, between 4 and 5. A few are on 3 there, but cannot recall. It's good if you can recall, because we're going to be using quite a few aspects of object-oriented programming. If you have a problem with that, let me know. We can see ways for me to give you some links that can help you to recap some of the concepts. C#, that's great. Also, majority here close to what, 90? Is it 70, 80? 80 something here. Yeah, so again, C# we should be familiar with. Okay, so again, if you are this, number 2 here, you may want to see what you can do to catch up about C#, okay? HTML, it is important to get a good understanding of HTML because we're going to be outputting a lot of HTML to the clients. Tables, paragraphs, divs. So it's good to have a good understanding. So again, it's good to see that majority, almost 90% is in between a 4 and a 5 here. That's good. CSS as well. Great stuff here. Roughly 82% is okay with CSS. CSS is not super important, but you're going to be using in a few places. JavaScript, as I said, not going to be using that much, but it's good to see again that roughly 3/4 of the class is okay with JavaScript. And HTTP, as I suspected, I mean, it can be an obscure topic, and we're going to be talking about that next. Okay? Any questions about requirements for the course? Anything? Okay. Okay. Just checking here. This is the recording app. Okay, so I'm just going to get started and you're going to go to our 10 minutes break. Let's start with HTTP. HTTP is a fundamental building block of what we're going to be talking about throughout this course. HTTP, what does it stand for? Before I go to the next slide, because what is that?
Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
I think we have a winner there. So we're going to be defining HTTP, and here is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And let me just go back here for a second. So with this session, we're going to be defining what HTTP is, and you're going to be looking closely to the two elements that each HTTP request has. It has a request and a response. I'm going to be hammering this. You're going to leave today tired of listening to me talking about request and response, request and response, request and response. Because everything in MVC is about a request and a response. We code a request, we code a response. Okay? So this is the formal definition of HTTP. HTTP is stateless. What does it mean to be stateless?
That doesn't remember.
It doesn't remember. It has no memory of the previous interaction. Each transaction is unique and does not refer to the previous one. It's like we're having a conversation with someone that has no memory and keeps asking the same question without context. However, there's a way to solve that, and you're going to see that. I mean, at first it's strange. So if I go to a shopping cart, I can click next and next and next, and it knows that I came from. Is that stateful? Well, it's a state, but it's not done by HTTP. It's done by something else, but we're going to get there. I'm not going to go through, I mean, we're going to see a lot of slides here, and in some of those slides, I'm just going to brush through them. I'm not going to read word by word. It's there for you to refer back to it if you need to. But this diagram, actually, I'm going to ask you at the end of the class, in the last 20 minutes, to reproduce this diagram there on Microsoft Word, just with some arrows, some lines, but you're going to reproduce this. So again, this is part of your bonus for tonight. Write down those different terms. You're going to define them to me on your summary at the end of the day today. Write them down. Take notes as we go through. Again, I will be asking you to redraw this on your own, to define those different elements in this diagram. You're going to be looking at this diagram quite a few times throughout the night today, okay? So again, a general diagram, we have a client, we have a server, the client makes a request, the server sends a response. everything on the web works like that. Everything on the web. That client over there, what kind of client am I talking about there? A web browser. However, can we have other types of clients?
Yeah.
Apps. It's another type of client. What else? Let's think about in our connected world that we live in.
Embedded device.
Embedded device. Like what? Which device?
Everything like TVs.
TVs? You mentioned that something? No? Watch. Oh, watch is a connected device. Some of those health watches. Who knows what IoT means? IoT. Internet of Things. Internet of Things is the bunch of devices that we have out there now, all connected to the web. Now our thermostats, our watches, we have Google Assistant, we have Alexa, we have a chip in our dog now is talking to the web. So again, we have everything talking to the web now. We have our fridge talking to the web. So those are all clients. However, the clients that we're going to be focusing on this course are web clients. But again, when you go to the industry, you might be coding for one of those IoT devices, okay? Most likely you will. Most likely for a mobile app as well. But again, in our case, our client will be a browser, okay? Let's do this. Let's go for 10 minutes before I proceed here. We go for a 10 minutes break, we come back and we carry on.